I used to think I had to be fully healed before I could be a mother, that I needed to clean up the mess inside me and fold every wound into a neat little box, tuck it away on some high shelf, and only then, well maybe then, I'd be ready to show up for someone else. Motherhood has never asked for my perfection. It's asked for my presence. It's demanded that I stay when all I have ever known is how to leave. And I don't mean leaving rooms or relationships. I mean leaving myself. Disappearing into silence or shrinking under expectations, playing small so other people could feel big. I was conditioned to self-abandon so often that I called it peace. I called it compromise. I called it maturity. But now I know what it really was. Fear, survival, inherited patterns stitched into my nervous system. And then she came, and she asked me to break that cycle in real time. She asks me with her hands, not her words, with the way she paints outside the lines and looks up at me, not to see if I'm mad, but to see if I'm still here. She asks me every time she makes a mess, and watches me flinch, wondering if I'll prioritize control or connection. Every time she shows me a drawing, not for approval, but to say, I made this, will you see it? And every time she cries without an apology, or laughs without permission, or takes up space like no one ever told her not to. And while I guide her to express and to regulate and to rest, I find myself standing there at the edge of my own unmet needs, learning how to mother the girl inside me who never truly felt held. I'm learning how to love her now, too. Not the idea of her and not the child version of her I've romanticized, but the living, breathing, still wounded, still growing version of me who lives inside my own skin and flinches when the world feels too loud. The version who wants to create without shame, to feel without guilt, and to exist without earning it. The version who never learned what softness felt like in a world that told her strength meant silence. There are moments when I catch myself about to clean too fast or fix too quick or erase the chaos before it can turn into something beautiful. I'll see the cardboard fairy houses toppled and hear myself start to say, hey, let's not. And then I stop. I pause. I remember, it's not mine and it's not hers. It's the echo of someone else who taught me that art was only worthy if it was clean or it made sense or it would look good on a wall. But this is art made of magic and noise and crooked pieces of cardboard because this is the rebirth. This is what healing in real time looks like. Because reparenting doesn't happen in silence. It doesn't happen alone in therapy rooms with journals and candles and insight or incense. It happens here on the floor with paint on your hands and glitter on your knees. And it happens in the breath that you take when your child throws something and you don't react the way that you were taught. It happens in the moment you say, it's okay, let's try again, and mean it for both of you. It happens in the micro choices you make 1,000 times a day to stay connected, even when your insides are screaming to run or shut down. This is the truth no one told me, that as I mother her, I would also be mothering myself. That as I teach her how to regulate, I would learn how to hold my own chaos without shame. That as I guide her into rest or into pleasure or into play, I would learn how to reclaim what was taken from me. She is not a burden. She is the mirror I didn't know that I needed. And sometimes the mirror I don't want to look into. But she is here and she sees me and she's learning how to speak to herself by watching how I speak to me. So I will keep showing up, and not as a perfect mother, but as a present one. One who makes mistakes and owns them. One who gets overstimulated and then comes back and says, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be sharp. One who builds fairy houses and lets the glitter fall without rushing to sweep it away. One who holds her child and her inner child with equal reverence. One who is still learning, still softening, and still staying. Because the truth is, I am not just raising her. I am raising me too. If this landed in your chest, if it made you pause or breathe a little deeper, you're not alone. This space is for the ones rebuilding in real time, for the mothers, the daughters, the cycle breakers who are all learning to stay. You can find more reflections like this here on my channel, where we speak softly, feel deeply, and create in the mess of life. Thank you for being here.